Have you ever walked into a room and then suddenly paused, trying hard to remember why you went there? Or maybe you've misplaced your glasses or house keys, only to discover them sitting right in front of you. Now, if you're over 60, moments like these may feel a little more frequent than they used to, and it can be frightening, because deep inside, many of us carry one silent fear. Is this just normal aging? Or is it the beginning of something much worse, memory loss? I want to speak to you today not only as a doctor who has seen thousands of patients, but also as someone who deeply understands the anxiety families feel when memory begins to slip. Memory is not just about remembering names or events. It is about identity. It is about the laughter of your grandchildren, the stories you've lived, the skills you've built, and the independence you deserve to keep. So today, I am going to share with you the 3 early signs of memory loss after 60 that you must never ignore. These are the warning lights on the dashboard of your brain. If you recognize them early, there is so much we can do to slow, stop, or even reverse decline. But if they are ignored, precious time may be lost. And before we begin, I want you to know this. Forgetfulness does not always mean dementia. The brain can be protected, trained, and nourished at any age. That's why I'm here, speaking directly to you. Stay with me through this video, because I will not only explain the science of memory loss, but I will also give you hope, practical tips, and a doctor's perspective on protecting your mind. And if you are new here, welcome to Feel Fresh 360, a community dedicated to senior health and joyful living after 60. If you want to stay sharp, healthy, and independent, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon, because every week we share doctor-backed advice to help you live your best years. Now, let us begin with the very first sign. Sign number 1. Frequent forgetfulness that disrupts daily life. It is normal to forget a friend's phone number or to misplace your reading glasses occasionally. That is simply human. But what I want you to notice is when forgetfulness begins to interfere with daily living. For example, 1. You cannot remember the steps of a recipe you've cooked for decades. 2. You miss bill payments not once, but repeatedly because you forgot the due dates. You ask the same question again and again within the same conversation. These are not harmless slips. They are signals that your brain's memory circuits, particularly in the hippocampus, may be under stress. The hippocampus is like the memory filing system of your brain. With age, it naturally shrinks a little. But in conditions like Alzheimer's, the shrinkage accelerates, leading to a loss of short-term memory. That is why the earliest warning sign is not about old memories, like your wedding day, but about new information that refuses to stick. If you notice yourself or a loved one frequently forgetting recent conversations, appointments, or important tasks, this is not just aging. It's a red flag. Now here's the good news. Studies show that the brain has something called neuroplasticity. This means it can rewire itself, build new connections, and strengthen memory pathways with the right kind of stimulation, such as puzzles, learning new skills, physical exercise, and a brain-healthy diet. Now I'm going to share with you real-life stories. I remember one patient, a retired school teacher named Margaret. She came to me worried because she kept misplacing her purse, sometimes leaving it inside the refrigerator. Her family was concerned that she was losing her mind. After careful evaluation, we realized her memory circuits were under strain, but it was early. Through lifestyle changes, walking daily, adding more omega-3s to her diet, practicing memory games, her memory improved. She was not gone. She was retrainable, and that's the key. If you're noticing forgetfulness that disrupts daily life, don't brush it off. Don't joke it away. It's your brain asking for help, and the earlier you respond, the better. Sign number 2. Struggling with planning, problem-solving, or concentration. Imagine this. You've been balancing your household accounts for decades. You know how to add, subtract, and organize bills. But suddenly, the simple math feels confusing. Or maybe you sit down to cook your favorite family recipe, and halfway through, you forget which step comes next. This is not about intelligence. This is not about laziness. It is about the brain's executive functions beginning to falter. Real-life examples. 1. Cooking or baking. You may forget whether you already added salt to the soup and end up adding it twice. 2. Bill payments. You may struggle to keep track of which utility bill is paid and which is pending, even though you've done it for years. 3. Driving. Following a familiar route may suddenly feel confusing, or you forget the sequence of turns. 4. Simple tasks. You may start folding laundry and then suddenly find yourself standing in another room, not remembering what you intended to do. When this happens once in a while, it's not alarming. But when it happens consistently, it is a sign the brain's executive system needs support. The science behind it. Research shows that as we age, the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for higher-level thinking, can lose volume. Blood flow may reduce, and the connections between neurons may weaken. But here's the hopeful part. This decline is not inevitable. Studies reveal that seniors who engage in mental challenges, like learning a new language, playing a musical instrument, or even using digital apps to train the brain, show stronger executive function compared to those who don't. Physical activity also plays a huge role. Aerobic exercise, such as walking briskly for 30 minutes a day, increases blood flow to the brain, stimulates new brain cell growth, and boosts concentration. And don't forget nutrition. Omega-3 fatty acids from fish, antioxidants from berries, and vitamin-rich leafy greens have all been linked to better cognitive performance. Doctor's advice: what you can do if you find yourself or a loved one struggling with planning and problem solving. 1. Keep a routine. Write down daily tasks in a planner or use a wall calendar. Routines help reduce mental load. 2. Break down tasks. Divide bigger tasks into smaller steps. For example, instead of cook dinner, break it into wash vegetables, cut onions, boil water, add spices. 3. Use tools. Don't feel ashamed to rely on lists, sticky notes, or smartphone reminders. They are not crutches, they are supports. 4. Exercise the brain. Learn a new card game, do crossword puzzles, or practice memory apps. 5. Move your body. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week. It's not just for the heart, it's for your brain too. I want you to remember something very important here. Struggling with concentration does not automatically mean dementia. Stress, poor sleep, medications, or even depression can mimic memory loss. That is why if you notice this sign, the first step is not fear, it is evaluation. As a doctor, I've had patients come in convinced they were developing Alzheimer's, only to find that their problem was untreated sleep apnea, vitamin B12 deficiency, or simply chronic stress. Once treated, their focus and planning ability improved dramatically. So, if this resonates with you, do not suffer in silence. Talk to a professional, get a proper checkup, and take action early. Sign number 3. Subtle changes in mood, behavior, or personality. Most people think memory loss is only about forgetting names or misplacing objects. But here's something most don't realize. The brain often changes emotionally before it changes cognitively. The reason lies in the brain's limbic system, the area that regulates emotions. Conditions like Alzheimer's or vascular dementia can quietly affect this region long before full-blown memory loss is obvious. That's why sometimes a spouse or family member will notice personality changes before memory problems become undeniable. Real-life examples: a gentle grandfather becomes suddenly irritable. A warm grandmother withdraws from her favorite card group. A confident retiree begins worrying constantly about safety or money. These are often dismissed as just aging, but they may be early signs. What you can do: 1. Pay attention early. Keep a journal of mood and personality changes. 2. Seek medical evaluation. Depression, thyroid imbalance, vitamin deficiency, or even side effects of medication can mimic memory decline. 3. Encourage social life. Staying connected fights both depression and cognitive decline. 4. Reduce stress. Meditation, prayer, breathing exercises, and daily walks work wonders. I know this sign may feel the most painful because it changes not just memory, but the very essence of who we are. But please remember, not all mood changes are dementia. Many are treatable, reversible, and manageable if caught early. We have now explored the 3 early signs of memory loss after 60 you should never ignore. 1. Frequent forgetfulness that disrupts daily life. 2. Difficulty with planning, problem-solving, or concentration. 3. Subtle changes in mood, behavior, or personality. Occasional lapses are normal, but persistent patterns are red flags. Recognizing them is not about fear, it is about hope. Because the earlier we act, the more powerful the results. Your brain is the command center of your life. And with the right steps, exercise, diet, social engagement, mental training, and medical guidance, you can protect your memory for years to come. If this video helped you, please share it with a loved one. And don't forget to subscribe to Feel Fresh 360 for weekly doctor-backed advice tailored to senior health. Now you may be asking, Doctor, what can I actually do daily to strengthen my brain? That's exactly what I'll answer in our next video. Best brain exercises to keep your memory strong after 60. In that video, I'll share simple, enjoyable exercises backed by science that boost brain power, sharpen focus, and protect memory. So click subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you there.